Steering wheel's gone weird. My steering wheel off. Hello and welcome to episode 18 of my car review series. Today I am reviewing the Volvo S60 T5 Sport from 2003. Let's go into the car settings. It's 522 performance points. It's a lot of power. 441 brake horsepower, almost 450 brake horsepower. Almost 12,050 kilograms. It's almost everything, but not quite everything. So it's just a bit lower than average. It's 51 kilograms force meter max torque, and it's running 2.81 kilograms per brake horsepower power to weight ratio. It is front wheel drive, as you can see, which is not gonna be that good. Not gonna go that well, I don't think. I'm expecting a lot of understeer, seeing as how much power it has, almost 450. I am restricted to Nürburgring, unfortunately, because well, there's no one on any tracks literally right now. There's just absolutely no one. You can see the time right now on the top right corner of the screen. It is completely wrong, I believe. Oh no, it's exactly right. Okay, I thought it was wrong. Apparently not. So at this time, Gran Turismo is completely empty. There is just nothing on. So I just joined a completely random free run. I'm going to get caught up in all these people here, aren't I? Okay, alright, so let's see what this car's like. And what's going on? The car's sort of what? Oh, this is weird. Okay, well, as we can see, the launch is terrible. The AI right now is, or the computer is going currently full throttle and 6 miles per hour, occasionally jumping into 7 miles per hour. So that's not a good sign for now, but we'll see how things turn out. This is oh dear. I wouldn't want to use this in an endurance race for certain. Oh dear, this is bad. Right, let me. Oh dear. That was so funny. Oh, the game just bugged out completely. Let's just make sure I can actually accelerate. Okay, I can accelerate the car, so it's just the AI being weird. I'm just going to go off into the... oh dear, that sounded bad. I'm just going to go into this dirt here so no one hits me. So this is the back of the car. It is standard, so there'll be no reverse lights, obviously. We have the front of the car, which we can't do anything with the lights, because again, it is standard. There's no interior for this car. And then we've got this view of maxing out 160 miles per hour on the speedometer. That seems to be all the cars do that. There's the interior, so there's the front view, the right view, the left view, and the rear view. That is a weird... You cannot see anything through that rear windscreen. I don't know how you could drive this car in real life if that was your rear rear view. That'd be horrible. Alright, and then there's the bonnet view, which is what I'll be using. So first of all, let's test out the sound. Oh no, we've got another guy in an S6. Oh dear, this is going to be a weird episode then. Ah dear. Right, well, let's test out the sound. Sounds very turbo. Doesn't sound anything. Sounds like it's a car which is running literally just off turbo, which is obviously going to be interesting. This guy is going to be so annoying. Oh dear, we're going to have to live with it right now, unfortunately. Okay, so wow, this car does rely a lot on its turbo, quite obviously. Right, let's test out its launch, or not launch. Let's test out its burnout. That's what I was going to try to say. When I get to this part here. Okay. Right, burnout. I'm expecting a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of burnout. Right, so there's very short gears. They're not that long. They remind me of the Honda N360 that I was driving, which isn't ideal for Nürburgring. We've got a guy following me all the way around this track, unfortunately, so we're going to have to live with that. I'm finding it quite fun to drive, actually, already. It's surprisingly I don't know, I might just be driving it really gentle, but it seems to be rather easy to drive and much, it feels like it's stable. It doesn't feel like, oh, okay, he's trying to pass me, is he? Yep, just pass me already. Don't just stay to the side of me. Ah, this guy, why did you have to hit me? Seriously. I mean, I know you're going to say sorry and all, but I'm recording a video here. Obviously, you don't know that. Let me do another. Let me just test out this, because I'm pretty sure the turbo is being annoying. Let me just launch like this, but I won't rev up. I'll just leave it like this, so it'll just be effectively starting the car. Well, no, there's no real way to explain it. Just starting like this without revving it up. Yeah, just what I thought. Oh dear. So, and when the turbo kicks in, which shouldn't happen anytime soon. Wow. And the turbo's kicked in, and bam, second gear already. So obviously this car relies heavily on its turbos, which that's something quite interesting. I wonder what the car would be like without the turbos then, because surely it should just, with the logic of this car, it would just run. It wouldn't run. It would just stay at 7 miles per hour. Okay, alright, that's oh, the braking's actually alright. As I was saying before, okay, yeah, when you extend the steering a bit too much, it just ends up the front wheels just give up, and then you just lose all traction, and then you'll just fall off the track, and there'll be death and everything, and you know, everyone will die. No one wants that, so yeah, I'm doing it, yeah. So I can't really. The tyres seem to be always smoking, which isn't ideal, obviously, for endurance races. This definitely is not the car for an endurance race. I'll tell you that now. The front tyres go pretty much immediately. I'm almost down to 9 already with my front tyres. Oh, braking's a bit squirmy. I can always adjust that if I wish to. So obviously the braking really knackers the tyres. And then you've got the massive burnouts which happen, and then the pits. Obviously, as you saw when I exited the pits, it just the AI doesn't really know what to do with the car, so it just stays at 7 miles per hour. Whoa, 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 whoa! Was not expecting that to come. my tyres were smoking, and I wasn't even. I was putting my steering wheel 90 degrees to the right, and it was making my tyres smoke. Oh, dear. And the steering wheel's got a lot more than 90 degrees in it. That's for sure. So, obviously this car is a very interesting car to drive. It's very different. I actually quite like it. I don't know why. It's just something about it I really like. It's something nice. It's a very simplistic car. There's not much turning involved. It's like there's a limit to how much turning you can do, and after that it kind of understeers. But oh dear, yeah, that can happen if you're a bit crazy like me. But I can't go that fast. But I am quite liking the simplicity of this car, where you can't turn it so much that it just understeers. Otherwise, you lose all traction. Like I said, there's death everywhere, and no one wants that. So this car is obviously very yeah. See, I was just putting the steering wheel. I was just jerking the steering wheel to the left there, and it caused the front tyres to spin out and lose traction. So obviously, it's not recommended to go much faster than about 10 miles per hour with this car. Otherwise, you probably will understeer around every single corner, which is not ideal. I think the tune is messed up. I think that just the oh dear, that was a sudden. Okay, I got a bit of airtime for some reason. I think the game doesn't really know what to do with this car when it's really upgraded, so it just keeps its stock tuning. And it's just messed up. I can't figure out what's causing it to smoke like that. What would it be? Suspension, perhaps? I don't know. The gear ratios seem very, very short as well. No, I'm already in 5th gear at 120 miles per hour. Actually, it's alright accelerating, interestingly enough. It's quite a fast accelerating car. Wish there was some way to sort of see the stats of it in this game, like a 0 to 60 or a 0 to 100, or, you know. There's a guy to my right, so I've got to watch out for him. He's still there. Brilliant. He's going to stay on my back and my right for the whole track, I guess. So, as a conclusion of this car, well, unless you have a steering wheel, I wouldn't recommend driving this car, simply because when you have a controller, you use your joystick or your arrows, and obviously you do it all the way to the right and all the way to the left, and this car can't handle it, because clearly it just understeers. If I turn just a bit too much, it understeers and loses all traction. I just did something crazy there for some reason. I'm going to let this guy pass. There we go. He's gone. He seems to have sorted out his traction by making his ride height stupid. Okay. Maybe it's the ride height. That'd be an interest. Oh dear, squirminess, squirminess. Jeez, squirminess is real today. Okay. Yes. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah. Oh, burnouts. Burnouts are real. Yeah. So overall, this car is. Unless you know how to tune a car as well. If you know how to tune the car properly, then you probably stop the understeer, massive understeer, and unless you have a steering wheel, I also wouldn't recommend driving this car. But if you, as a cruising car, it's actually surprisingly nice. There's no sort of flaws in it, like massive flaws, which I've noticed. They're all sort of stuff which it doesn't really, you know, you kind of get used to it. It's the sort of car which is very unique to drive, which is quite nice. This guy's going to be annoying, as usual. I almost hit him because I'm an idiot. I want to be careful of this corner because my steering is terrible, unlike this other guy's behind me. Okay, alright, now let's test the acceleration here. See what it's like. 6th gear. He's obviously far. I don't want to get in his slipstream because that will ruin the test. Even though it's not much of a test because I haven't done it for any other car, but oh well, let's see my slipstream. Okay, so I maxed out about 175, I guess. Probably around that area. For track day racing, I would probably use it as well. Just simply because of how simplistic it is. And I like the way it drives. I like the way you don't have to do much hand movement to turn the car a lot. I'm going to brake here because I don't trust the car very much. But I think, as I was saying before, if you know how to tune the car, and you get used to the car as well, because I'm definitely not used to this car. I could drive with this car all day. I really could. It's such a nice car to drive, and it's so nice to, it's just so nice to drive. I just love it so much. So, yeah, that was this, let's just park it here. That was this Volvo S60 something. T5, I think. T5. S60 T5. I don't know what that other one is. Let me just check. Oh, damn. S60 T5. Come on, game. Oh, Sport. Yes, Sport. This is the Sport version. You've got to remember that. Even though there's only 2 or 3 Volvos in the game. Yeah, so this has been episode 18 of my car review series. Possibly one of my best ones I've ever done so far, in my personal opinion, because it's just a really nice car to drive. And I will see you in the next video.